here we've got some dots that grow into the direction of the viewer. But how do we create these in Illustrator? Now, there are a couple of things that we can do about it and some efficiency hacks and things to note. Let's start in a new file. So first of all, I want to get this quick. What we can do is take the rectangular grid tool and then draw that grid. Now, if you want to change the number, you just press the arrow up, arrow right to get this, and then when you're done, hold down the Shift key and drag this to the size you need. And then lift the mouse and then the key. Those are not squares. In order to get squares, we're going to take the Pathfinder panel by just clicking here and then hit divide like this. And now we need to ungroup the thing. And now we've got squares. So let's turn them into circles by just selecting them and use Effect, Convert to Shape, Ellipse. And here, of course, relative. And we need to go into the minus area. And how much depends on the size that you have chosen. So for me, it's like this. We need to expand the appearance now. And then we've got circles. So these are just paths, not circles. If you want to have real ellipses, then you can do that. I'm just going to show you because for this here, it doesn't matter at all. So in order to get real ellipses, go to Object, Shape, Convert to Shape. And now we've got an ellipse, which has several advantages. So let's just take a look at the transform panel, and you see when you've got real shapes, then this is active here and you can do all the things that you want to do with ellipse shapes, for instance. But as I said, for this, it's not important. What we now need to do is color them randomly. And I'm going to apply a color here and no stroke. There are several methods. Most of them are just using scripts, but there's also an Illustrator native method, and I have made a video about that. I'm going to link that in the description. Also, you can use the plugin Randomino by Astute Graphics to color them randomly. I'm going to use the script Randomous. And for that, we first need to go into the swatches. So you can use the script to color it completely randomly. But if you want to use certain swatches, then you can select them here. So let's go to the art history into pop art and just add some of those color libraries, and then I'm going to select those colors. And now I'm going to open that script by using the shortcut Command and F12. And there is my script. And now we're just going to use fill swatches, and it's using swatches from the ones I have selected. You can hit that button more than once and then it does another random method. So I'm going to OK. Now we need to duplicate this and make a darker version because we want to have those circles pop. They are now single and I don't want the black ones actually. So let's select those and apply just this. Okay. So now let's select them all and group them. And now I'm going to copy them and paste them in the back and make that smaller. So just pressing Alt and Shift and making that a little smaller. And now it needs to be darker as well. So what has been possible for years in Illustrator is just using the color panel and then dragging the K slider, but that is no longer possible. But you can still do it. Just go to Recolor Artwork, and there we can also use this one here. So we're going to have brightness and hue. So let's just make that darker, and you see it gets darker. But it stays in its colors. So the base colors are still there, and that's what I wanted. You can make that even darker. That's all we wanted. So now we can select both and make a blend. Let's go to Object, Blend, Make. This only created one step in between. So let's select that, double click the Blend tool, go to Specified Steps, and just hold down Shift and press arrow up until you think that is sufficient. Blend actually creates all these steps, so there are certain jobs where this does not fit. But if you want to export to pixels, this will work. And now all we need to do is draw a shape in the background and go to Arrange, Send to Back, and we have these things popping at us. Now we can also take a look at an additional effect. And for that, I'm going to double click this and take the screw, copy it out of here and paste it there. So that is something. I'm going to ungroup that. If you want them to be slightly randomly sized, as I said, they need to be ungrouped. So you go to Object, Transform, Transform Each, and then we can make this just a little smaller and then check Random, and you get these slightly differently sized circles. Let's just go here and go to Object, Blend, Expand. Then you see this is not really clean. Now if you want to have a clean version, I'm going to switch to version 2025 because that's where I have my plugins installed. So let's take this in order to get a clean version. What we can do is take the AG Block Shadow tool, Astute Graphics Block Shadow plugin. Here's the panel for that, and it's already set up. So let's apply that, and you see we've got a scaling, so the back ones are smaller, but we need to just put that in the center by setting these two values, and there you see it's in the back. Another option to get this in clean is to use the classic 3D effect, Extrude and Bevel, view the thing from the front, set up a length, and now you also need to set up some perspective, and you see now you get these. This is an effect. In order to get clean output from that, what you need to do is set the shading to no shading, and then go to Object, Expand Appearance, and then you see you get clean edges here. For this as well, in order to get them in clean, so later you can apply gradients and all of that, you also need to expand the appearance, and then you can apply gradients and just color this. That's how you can create it, how you can just make randomized versions of it, and how you can get there efficiently.